The word of the day is nepotism. Nepotism is defined as the practice among those with power or influence of favoring relatives, friends, or associates, especially by giving them jobs. Most of the time, you'll see this in the corporate world, where a father or a mother will hire a son or a daughter, bypassing others with more experience and skill in favor of familial bond. But sometimes you'll see this in the world of cinema, especially with the likes of James Gunn and his brother Sean, or Rob Zombie, who has to cast his wife Sherry Moon in literally every single thing he does. Then there's Paul W.S. Anderson, who met Milla Jovovich back in 2002 on the set of Resident Evil, and she's gone to star in 8 of his 11 films since then, 7 of which she's the main character. The latest in this trend is In the Lost Lands, a film based on a short story of the same name from everyone's favorite lazy as shit writer, George R.R. Martin. But is it any good, or does it fizzle out and piss everyone off just like something else he did? In the Lost Lands. Let's talk about it.
Say what again? Say what again? Say what again? Say what again?
It's no mystery my weekend was a busy one, Tiller team, seeing as I put out 4 videos in 5 days and you guys and gals have done a great job of supporting them. 180 subscribers, 180 in the last 2 weeks alone, and I have you all to thank for that. Obviously, I didn't get to go check out In the Lost Lands until yesterday, because Mondays can't suck any more than they already do, can they? How wrong I was, and allow me to enlighten you as to how. Spoilers will be ahead, because I can't talk about how much of a shit show this film is without them. You've been warned.
Whoa. Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
So, the plot of In the Lost Lands, buckle up, this is going to be a little bit lengthy. It focuses on Grey Alice, who's played by Milla Jovovich. Yes, Grey Alice, that's her name, Grey Alice. I'm not sure if that's her actual name of the short story, because obviously I didn't read it, but oh, the irony. Anyway, Grey Alice is a super special witch lady, and she's being hunted by a huge church. We'll call them a cult. So the church cult is chasing her through the last city mankind has. Why? For being a super special witch lady, I guess. After she manages to outrun the church people, she's approached by the queen of the city, who wants the witch lady to grant her the wish of becoming a werewolf. The witch lady explains she has to kill a werewolf in order to turn the queen into one, and that she'll have to wait. She's got to wait until a full moon, 6 days later, in order to get her wish. That's kind of odd, isn't it? Like, who wishes to be a werewolf? Anyway. Right, so since the witch lady can't deny anyone their wish, why? Don't know, she embarks on a mission, but before she does, she's asked by the queen's loyal guard, who, I'll just call him Tall Jon Snow because I can't remember his name. The guard doesn't want her to do this, and again, since the witch lady can't say no to anyone for some unknown reason, she says she'll grant that wish at a later time. Good lord, alright then. This leads the witch lady to Dave Bautista, who plays Boyce, a battle-hardened hunter that frequents the Lost Lands for others for a hefty sum of coin. After the witch lady explains her mission, they pack up, head out of the city, and towards Skull River, the site of a werewolf lair. But wait, the church people find out the witch lady is leaving and decide to follow her with a train that looks like it was ripped right out of Mad Max. God lord, that's it, that's the plot of this film.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Where do I even begin here? I guess I can start off with the positives, and that's going to be the cinematography. Some of it. Not all of it. Some of it. That's it. That's all I've got for positives.
You serious?
What a jumbled, nonsensical film this is, with some of the most horrendous CGI and green screens I've seen since the Justice League, and writing muddier than my toilet bowl after a bout with Taco Bell. Oh, just good lord. You know, I compare this film to the Justice League for a simple reason. Do you remember the scenes in Russia? Remember the nuclear reactor? Remember the dark, dismal, CGI-riddled landscape that made you want to scoop your eyeballs out with a potato peeler? Yeah, that. Except it's got that shitty brown filter thing that Anderson used in Resident Evil Extinction every once in a while. Oh, yeah, there it is. This one. Look, I understand that when creating a fictional world, it takes a lot of patience and a combination of practical sets and CGI, but for the life of me, I couldn't figure out where the actual sets began and the CGI ended. Even the creatures, which typically highlight films in this genre, look cheap. completely out of place and unexplained. Every scene looks like it was done in front of a green screen, and not a good one. No. Which I think In the Lost Lands is going to be competing with Brave New World for ugliest film of 2025.
Brother,
That isn't the only thing that's ugly though, and that brings me to the fight and action sequences. You know, for a fantasy action film, you'd think this thing would have some cool effects and choreography, but instead, most of it is reduced to movement as stiff as my morning wood and enough slow motion segments to make Zack Snyder jealous. I mean, seriously, have you ever watched a behind the scenes segment of an action film where they show the choreographer and the actors going through the motions of the fight scenes prior to actually filming? That's what they do here, except the camera is already rolling and the green screens are lit.
Oh, come on!
And then there's the writing, the unanswered questions. Jesus wept. This is where we're gonna get in the spoiler territory here. Yeah, let's start with the witch lady herself. Where does she get her powers? What are the limits of them? Can she control anyone by looking into their eyes? If that's the case, how did she get caught at the beginning of the film? The church people didn't know to put sunglasses on until about halfway through the film, so she had to have been able to control them in the beginning, right? Why can't she refuse anyone's wish? Since she can't refuse wishes, why doesn't the bald church lady just wish for the witch to kill herself? The only character to be explained somewhat thoroughly is Boyce, and it makes sense for him to be a formidable fighter because of his size and experience in the Lost Lands. But how did the witch lady become as good of a fighter as him? We know she came from the Lost Lands prior to coming to the city, but what did she do out there to turn her into not only a super special witch lady, but also a fucking gladiator? Speaking of that, why is there only one city in this story? Did all the other cities burn down or something? How did all those people get to the one city in this hellscape? Also, the Overlord. What's wrong with him? Why is he sick? Why does the Queen hate him? How did she get away with killing him despite there being an assistant in the room not 30 seconds earlier who saw him alive and didn't question his death at all? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I was just too bored with this fucking thing, and I may have missed where they explained this away in passing. Or, you know what? Maybe they just didn't explain anything at all. Either there's just too many questions that go unanswered. With a runtime of an hour and a half, you'd think they would have gotten more shit done. That's all I'm saying. Speaking of getting shit done, the entire premise of this film doesn't make sense. Again, spoilers. All right, 3, 2, 1. Apparently, Boyce and the Queen do the nasty, and the Queen gets pregnant. Boyce, who's revealed to be a werewolf, tells the Queen she can't be with him because of that, and her response is to also become a werewolf. Wait, what? So that's why she asked the witch lady to turn her into a werewolf? Wait. The witch lady even tells the Queen she has to steal a werewolf's powers in order to turn her into one. And the Queen doesn't think for 2 seconds that the werewolf the witch lady's talking about is Boyce? Wait. Oh, it's just, my God, what a mess of a film this is. And I'm a sucker for a good fantasy story. This isn't a good fantasy story. You know, I shouldn't have to ask this, but I got it because this is what I do here on the channel. So, we happy?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker.
Fuck no. Just when I thought Mondays couldn't get any worse, I decided to punish myself by going and seeing this thing. It's just, ugh. It has next to no redeeming qualities, and the ones that do exist are overshadowed by lazy writing, shoddy visuals, lifeless, dull action sequences, and an ending that requires every other character except for the witch lady to be stupid in order to happen. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for checking out my video. I'll talk to y'all later.